I charge this private prosecutor with complaint of this impeachment court. I have the evidence right here, taken in a video by Senator Alan Cayetano. And to say, kasi salungat sa gusto mo, kaya ayaw mo pakinggan. Kung ayaw mo pakinggan, umalis ka sa korte.
Aalis na nga po sana ako kaya lang...
Granted. Nagtatago kayo ha? Lumabas kayo dito.
Kapag pinag-uusapan ang mga politikong mabilis mag-isip, matapang magsalita at talagang walang takot mag-call out, isa sa mga unang pangalan na siguradong maaalala natin ay si Senador Miriam Defensor Santiago. Kaya ngayon, balikan natin ang pinakabagsik at pinaka-iconic na mga moments ni Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago during impeachment trial. Magsimula tayo sa isang pamilyar na eksena sa korte at hearing. May hindi pagkakaintindihan tungkol sa batas at nang mapunta ang usapin sa hearsay rule, mukhang may kailangang linawin. At sino pinaka-ready magpaliwanag? Of course, Senator Miriam.
Burden is shifted to the defense to demonstrate to the
May I
court
beg the
that we do
indulgence
not
of
fall
the
within
lady
this
senator
exception.
from
Yeah.
Iloilo to let the council finish and then I will recognize her.
Thank you.
Yes. Proceed.
Yes, I'm finished with my statement.
That does not apply, counsel. Let me educate you.
Oh my God! Wow!
When an official custodian or other representative qualified by that office or authorized by that office to issue an official record does so, then the presumption applies that what is stated in the official record is correct. To that extent, therefore, there is an exception to the hearsay rule. That person or that custodian or that record keeper does not have to explain why his record is that way. You just have to take it on faith. That is the meaning of that. But we are talking of a dissenting opinion by collegiate body, the Supreme Court. So, if the dissenting opinion contains certain narrations of fact, which in fact are intended to dispute what the majority opinion has issued, you cannot prima facie presume that the dissenting opinion is correct and the majority opinion is wrong. That's why I read you those cases where the Supreme Court repeatedly said, you rely on the majority opinion, not on the dissenting opinion. That is why I was warning you already, do not engage in a colloquy with the judge. That is not allowed by the rules of the impeachment court.
Next up, isang bagay na hindi mo inaasahang marinig sa isang Senate hearing ay ang grades. Oo, grades, dahil imbis na simpleng sabihin ni Senator Miriam kung okay ba ang performance ni Tupas, binigyan niya.
If there's a justifying circumstance, then he will not take her.
You're extemporizing. I give you a grade of 3. In UP, as you know, that means 3 warning. I pass you, but I warn you.
Thank you.
Question 7. On the one hand, the Paris Task Force of the International Anti-Money Laundering. You replied to me earlier, you said, we can cite the doctrine of judicial precedent if the facts are the same. Now, in Ejercito, what was the offense there? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was the officials, the
plunder.
ombudsman. Yeah, the
It was
officials of the
plunder.
ombudsman. Plunder,
All right.
yes.
This is an impeachment case for betrayal of public trust, etc. Which is the case for plunder? No. O yan, di nakita mo na. Iba-iba pa lang mga pinagsasabi mo eh.
Nice.
Ngayon, Intengan case, you did not cite in our debate on foreign currency. In Intengan, the Supreme Court ruled, under RA number 6426, there is only a single exception to the secrecy of foreign currency deposits. That is, disclosure is allowed only upon the written permission of the depositor. What was the subject matter of the case? Intengan.
We did not cite that, Your Honor.
Foreign currency
Foreign
deposits.
currency, yes.
Exactly. So
Yes.
there's only one case on record, which is on all fours with the facts of this case in the impeachment court. All your 3 other cases are absolutely irrelevant and you cannot cite them as judicial precedent. Ngayon, bilisan ko na lang ito.
Punta naman tayo sa isang tanong na masakit kahit pakinggan lang. Sa video na ito, kausap ni Senator Miriam si Diaz, isang graduate ng Ateneo Law. At dito lumabas ang isang pinaka-diretsahang tanong.
Which is what you should have done, being an Ateneo Law graduate. They repeated the list, and you said, here is the list of titles that you requested from me. You didn't even bother, according to your testimony, to go over each name carefully, because you are a former Aquino employee or official. What? And you knew already that President Aquino's instructions to the House Prosecution Panel was to impeach the Chief Justice. Yet you remained innocent of all of these political developments. You just sent a list that you knew was going to incriminate the Chief Justice without going over its name carefully, which is what you should have done being an Ateneo Law graduate. There were names there that are not related to the name Corona.
At ngayon sa eksenang ito may ginawa ang prosekusyon na talagang hindi nagustuhan ni Senator Miriam at imbes na paikot-ikot pa, diretso agad sa tanong.
Personal attacks concerning senator judges. Pare-pareho tayong nasa politika. Huwag nyo kaming lukuhin dito. Nanggagaling yun sa inyo. In the same way that maybe the defense is also engaging in the same practice, let's say, in self-defense, in its kindest light. Kaya huwag na kayong magpapaggapan dyan. Irespeto nyo ang impeachment court. Huwag kayong mga atake personal. Malapit na talaga akong mag-privilege speech dito tungkol sa sub-judice rule. Nagtatago kayo ha? Lumabas kayo dito. Ngayon, itong Article 3 ninyo. I'm reading from your complaint. In creating an excessive entanglement with Mrs. Arroyo through her appointment of his wife to office. What are you thinking? Excessive entanglement is a term of art in constitutional law that is applied in cases involving the separation of church and state. When you use the term excessive entanglement, that means this is a case involving the power of the state to regulate the activities of the church and vice versa. Don't use this term of art here because it has nothing to do with the church-state conflict. Pasiklab kayo ng pasiklab, you're using terms of art in law. Pwede ba? Sabihin nyo na lang. He was so close, therefore he could no longer maintain the independence or the cold neutrality of an impartial judge. Ganun na lang. Huwag na kayong gamit pa ng kung ano-anong salita sa constitutional law. Hindi tayo maintindihan pag tatawanan tayo ng mga students of constitutional law in all tripartite democracies like ours. Pag may term of art, huwag mong gamitin yan. Kung hindi ka sigurado kung anong meaning yan. Kaya tayo tumatagal dito eh.
Number 2, at dito may concern si Senator Miriam tungkol sa posibleng banggaan ng Senado at Supreme Court. Kaya nabigay siya ng malinaw na babala.
Have you fully thought out your position? Tinatanong ka ng presiding officer, ilang beses ka nang tinanong, ano ngayon mangyayari kung isapina namin, utusan namin ang justice at ayaw niyang sumunod? I-cite namin siya for contempt. Ano ngayon mangyayari? Magpapakulong ba siya sukat? Kung i-cite din niya kami for contempt, o ano ngayon ang sagot mo? Pag-isipan muna natin ito because we're talking about the entire nation. This is not a question of pataasan ng ihi. Sino mas malakas, ang Supreme Court or impeachment court? Hanggat sa maaari, maglilihis tayo para hindi tayo nagkukonfrontasi. Ganun yun. Ngayon, yan ang unang punto. You are not responsive to the question of the presiding officer. Ngayon, sabi mo, gawa-gawa lang ng Supreme Court yan. Internal rule yan ito. Hindi totoo yan. Meron tayong new code of judicial conduct for the Philippine judiciary. Iyan ginawa ng Korte Suprema because of its constitutional power to control and supervise the judiciary.
Number 1, at dito naman nagkaroon ng eksena sa pagitan ni Senator Judge Miriam Santiago at Private Prosecutor Attorney Aguirre at mukhang tila naingayan si Attorney Aguirre kay Senator Miriam.
I charge this private prosecutor with complaint of this impeachment court. I have the evidence right here, taken in a video by Senator Alan Cayetano. And to say, nasasaktan ng tenga ko, should have been cause for you to walk out of this courtroom with permission of the court. But you cannot make those contemptuous gestures in front of a judge and get away with it. I submit, Mr. President, that this should be taken up.
To be fair, I'll give the counsel a chance to explain himself.
Your Honor, kasi po sinasabi ng kagalang-galang na hukom na ngayon lang daw po nangyari na ang isang complaint ay wini-withdraw or ng prosecution or ng sino man. Pero yan po ay natural po yan sa court practice. Nangyayari po yan araw-araw naman nagwi-withdraw ang isang ang isang abogado ng kanyang complaint or ng part na complaint nag-amend. But the fact, Your Honor, please, that this is the first time that I experience in my 40 years of practice na ang isang judge ay nagle-lecture sa mga abogado. Hindi po ata tama yung mga ganun eh.
Bakit hindi ho kayo tumayo nung nagsasalita si Senadora Miriam para mag-object?
Hindi po ako, wala po akong karapatang mag-object sapagkat kung kailangan pong i-recognize muna ako ng kagalang-galang na impeachment court nito upang masabi ko kung anong nasa sa loob ko. Pero nang nandito na po ako ngayon, di sasabihin ko po ang nasa sa loob ko.
All right.
Mr. President, I reiterate my motion to cite for contempt by the impeachment court, not by me, but by the impeachment court. Imagine if all the lawyers did that in front of the impeachment court, if one of the senator judges took the forum to express his opinions. Kasi salungat sa gusto mo, kaya ayaw mo pakinggan. Kung ayaw mo pakinggan, umalis ka sa korte.
Aalis na nga po sana ako eh, kaya lang...
Granted. If that is in the form of a motion, go ahead.
Opo,
Nangahamon ka.
aalis na po ako.
Dito ako nakaupo eh. Gaganyan ka sa akin.
May I suggest that
And it's on video.
may I suggest that let us be calm in this proceeding and deal with one another in a fashion that will not create an impression before the people that we are not following the
Kung-
right norms. Please
May I say something, Mr. President?
explain yourself.
Kung nakasakit man po yung isang aktuasyon ko po, I really did it purposely. Because totoo naman po na talagang shrill ang voice na nasasaktan ng tainga ko eh. Ang kuwang ko lamang po ay dapat po lamang na kahit ang mga senador, mga judges at kami mga hamak lamang prosecutor dito, ang pinaka-importante po sa isang tao ay respeto. Ang kung nagdedemand ka ng respeto, dapat respetuhin mo doon itong mga
Mr.
abogadong
President.
ito. Sapagkat yung human dignity, wala pong
Now
katulad
he's
dyan.
lecturing me.
Trial suspended for several minutes.
At dyan nagtatapos ang ating top 6 basic moments ni Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago. Talaga kapag si Senator Miriam ang nasa hearing, hindi sapat na prepared ka, kailangang super prepared ka. At kung nagustuhan ninyo ang video na ito, like, subscribe, at hit the notification bell. See you in our next video.